My name is Jack Laino. I'm the executive intern with the Office of Institutional Advancement at St. John Fisher College. I'm here with Allison Baird, and she is here as the marketing coordinator in the communications department at Mote Marine in Sarasota, Florida. She graduated from Fisher in 2018 and studied in communications and sustainability. Her position is something more interesting in the marketing field, and she works with the Marina instead of an agency and corporations. So today in the Executive Intern Speaker Series, we are going to get to know Allison and her story a little bit better. So Allison, starting off, we're going to talk about your path. We're going to talk about why you chose Fisher. Is there anything interesting that you studied at Fisher? And then how'd you kind of make your way through that networking and creating the experience to end up at Mote?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to talk today. So I love Fisher and I've always loved Fisher. I grew up in Syracuse, New York, so I wasn't too far from Rochester. And I always knew about Fisher and I had some, friends and friends of friends that went to Fisher. And then my sister, who was actually about 2 years older than me, decided to go to Fisher. So we were very, very close growing up, and naturally I wanted to be close to her as well. So I would always go and visit her when she went to Fisher. And when she lived on campus and off campus, I would go up and hang out with her. And it was really through that, seeing the school and walking around and going to games and that kind of thing, that got me more immersed in Fisher a little bit. And I just really fell in love with how it felt like a family. I know they always say the Fisher family, but it really is true. And it's a smaller school, so it had that community feel, which I really loved. So yeah, 2 years later, it was actually the only school I applied to. So I had no backup plan.
That's actually the same for me.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah. I know. I was like, this is either going to go really good or really bad, but it ended up working out, thankfully. So yeah, once I got in, I was thrilled, super excited. Again, the, commute from Syracuse to Rochester wasn't bad when I first went up there. I lived on campus, which was awesome. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was planning on going in undecided. I wanted to, I had these big dreams of being a marine biologist one day. Knew I wasn't good at math and science, so knew that probably wasn't in the cards for me. And then found the communications department, realized, hey, I love talking to people. I love being a social butterfly. I love telling people about stuff. So that was really when I kind of found my niche and realized that that was kind of my little home and where I belonged. So it helped me adapt once I got there. I did go in eventually. When I first started, I was communications, but before then I was a little lost puppy, didn't know what I wanted to do, but very glad that I found the communications department.
pretty cool, pretty cool. So you
Yeah,
kind of established a network and like your interest in Fisher then. Was there any experiences through Fisher that enabled you to take advantage of those?
definitely. Yeah. I think, a lot of times when you're first starting out, so when you're freshman, sophomore year, you have to take a lot of classes that maybe don't pertain to what you're exactly interested in. I was in communications, but I was taking, like intro to Bible and cultural classes and things that I never thought I would be taking classes on. But those classes I think really helped broaden my horizons of possibilities that I could possibly have for a career, which was really awesome. And I think the biggest pivotal moment in my time at Fisher was taking a sustainability class. I've always had a passion for animals and for the environment, and I knew that was something that I would love to be involved in someday. But for some reason in my mind, there was a divide between being able to do that and being a communications major. And it was really when I took this sustainability class that I was like, holy cow, this is, I love this class. This is exactly what I want to do. How can I merge these two things together? And that's when I realized, wait a minute, I can be a communications major and then a sustainability minor. This is perfect. So that class specifically really opened up my eyes, which was great. And then another class that we talked about was the video storytelling class. Professor Sedano was teaching that at the time, who him and I just got along so well, and he really helped my journey through Fisher. And that class really showed me that there's more to communications besides, the analytical side of things and the straight marketing side of things. Like you can actually be in the creative field of creating content and photos and videos. And I realized I loved that too. So I knew I was finding my place, which was really great. But I would say those were probably the most pivotal moments of my college career, which was really exciting.
And it's the relationships you build with those professors that teaches a sustainability class or Professor Sedano, and that really was what Fisher prides themselves in having that one-on-one connection you have with those professors. And
Yeah,
it's been a thing
de-
since you graduated, and it's still a thing now. And
that's
the
great.
sustainability club at Fisher now, one of my teammates, Tommy Ferry, he's in charge of that, and they do all sorts of sustainability events and take part in that, and really bring that involvement of sustainability at Fisher up to the next level.
Yeah, that's really exciting. And I think to your point too, of even the class size, Fisher's not a big school, but that might be intimidating for some people, to have that like one-on-one time with your professor. For me, it really was awesome and helped kind of craft my path to, I was sometimes in classes with like 5 to 7 kids where you had no choice other than to be friends and know your professor really well. So it was helpful to form those relationships and kind of have little cheerleaders on the side for you, which was
For sure,
great.
for sure. So you're interested in marketing and sustainability. Did you have any
Mhm.
idea you're going to end up at a place like Mote when you started at Fisher?
No, absolutely not. Um, like I was saying earlier, I didn't even really know that you can merge these two things together. And I found myself sometimes, during my time in that field feeling a little bit lost just because I didn't know. It's so broad that I didn't know where I could take it. I knew I could maybe work for an agency or for some sort of communications department somewhere, but I didn't know how to merge my passion and my skill that I was good at together. And it wasn't until one day I was actually down here in Sarasota, Florida, and I was going to go to Mote Aquarium, which has always been my favorite place since I was little. Growing up, we would come down to Sarasota, Florida all the time and visit it, and I've always loved it. And I went there one day and I was like, oh, I would love to work for that company. I would love to be a marine biologist, but I don't think it's in the cards for me. And I went on their website just to check out what they were doing. And I saw this little tab and it said careers and internships. And I was like, oh, let's check this out. So I went to the careers and internships tab. And to my surprise, I saw a communications internship. And I was like, wait a minute, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want to do. So I read up on that. And then I think I was just naive at that time, but I didn't realize every single company, whether it is an environmental organization, a marketing agency, whatever it is, you need a communications team and you need a marketing team to get the word out there and spread the word about your company. So, no, to answer your question, I had no idea I'd be here, but also I'm very glad I ended up where I am right now and in this field.
And that's kind of the beauty of marketing and communications. You can be at a
Hmm.
totally unique company like Mote Marine, and it's a whole aquarium talking about
Hmm.
turtles and manatees and fish, and they need a marketing communications person. It's just how that
Yes.
kind of works. And so, like going into your current position now, it's like you work in Florida. That sounds pretty much like a dream come true for a lot of
Yeah.
people. So, like personally as well, I do know the Sarasota area and have been to
Yeah.
Mote Marine back in the day and have been there recently. So
Hmm.
what's it like managing marketing for like a marine and wildlife and marketing that and like so the back end we're going to talk about now. So like how does that
Sure. Yeah. Well, to your point, it really is a dream living in Sarasota. I've always loved, of course, I'm from Syracuse, so I was just used to snow and freezing weather all day, every day. And I just, by the time I graduated, was so sick of that. So I've always had a love for the tropical climate and marine life. I never grew up with any of that stuff. So I'd see it when I would come on vacation here or there, but for the most part, it just really grabbed my attention. Um, so yeah, living down here is wonderful. I'd recommend it to anyone out there who feels like they need to get out of wherever they are. And then two, working for a marine uh, life organization is really exciting and rewarding. So here at Mote, we're a public aquarium. So as you know, Jack, you've come to Mote before with your family or with your friends, which is great. We're an attraction. So, a lot of my job is marketing Mote as an attraction and as an aquarium. Come see our animals. This is the science we're doing, that kind of thing. But there's a whole nother side to Mote, which is awesome, which is the research and the science that we do behind the scenes. So we have over 20 research programs. We have a sea turtle, dolphin, and whale hospital where we take in sick or injured patients, rehabilitate them, and then release them back into the water. So there's a sea turtle hatchling hospital where we take in baby hatchlings and make sure that they're strong and they can dive and they can eat, and then watch them go back to the water. So even though I'm not directly involved in, I'm not a biologist, I'm not working with the animals, I can, from a communication standpoint, I'm the one a lot of times to tell the story, which is great. So I can, tag along with the turtle releases, or if we're getting a new octopus in or something, I can be there and watch it all take place. And that's just, to me, that's extremely rewarding because it kind of feels like I have a hand in something bigger than just myself and something bigger than just communications. I'm, advocating for this organization that's doing so much for the environment. So it's very exciting. It's very rewarding. And then, animals are adorable. So
Yeah, that's totally
that's
awesome. 'Cause,
definitely a
like, you're
plus.
you're there when they're doing all the research and getting new animals in or
Mhm.
releasing anything, because you got to write the story about that, and you're seeing firsthand something
Yeah,
like the scientists are doing too, and they need to be able to communicate those messages across to the people and say, "Oh, we got a new turtle in, or we're doing this, that, and the other thing." It's now you're telling that to the general audience, and you're building
definitely.
relationships with people who come there then. So that's pretty cool. So
Exactly.
is that like your day to day then? Are you doing a lot of the research? Are you mostly just sitting on
Yeah.
Zoom? How has that kind of been working?
Yeah. So the other good part about my job is that there's no really specific day to day, which I love. I never was the person that just wanted a desk job. I like being social. I like going out. I like doing things. And when I am able to go out and do things, I learn a lot of things, which is awesome. I never, I didn't want to just be the stagnant person that was kind of just a warm body there. So yeah, to answer your question, there's not really a typical day to day. A lot of times it is just desk work. So I manage all of Mote's social media channels. You can follow us at Mote Marine Lab. Shameless plug. And so I do social media, advertising, and marketing. So, a lot of times it is submitting ads to local magazines and queuing up content on social media, just at my desk all day, which is fine. That's part of the job, which is great. But the part that really does get me excited is when I'm creating the content. I need to go out and, oh, we're doing a turtle release last minute on Longboat Key Beach, or we have to go to the East Coast to release some turtles. Okay, get in the car and drive 3 hours to go do something. Like that's kind of the stuff I thrive on, which is exciting to me. Um, so yeah, I mean, any day can look different. We can be shooting in the aquarium for something. I could be lined up with Zoom calls all day. So it really depends on the day, but I like that excitement factor about it.
Yeah, I can totally picture you going from to Longboat Key or going to different places around Florida
Yeah,
to release different animals, or if you're just covering in the aquarium. Because I've been there, I can totally picture exactly what you're doing, and you don't
I
think
know.
about those
It's cool that you can
positions.
see that.
You don't
Yeah.
think about those positions that companies or like points of interest like Moat need. They
Hmm.
need a marketing communication person to be able to talk about what they have to offer to the people.
Definitely. Yeah,
So
and
I
there's
definitely
been a
like that
lot
there's
of
no. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, there's been a lot of instances too, to your point, where we've been like releasing a turtle or rescuing an animal, and I'll be there and someone will say, "Oh, are you like a biologist on staff?" And I'm someone from the public, and I'm like, "No, I'm a communications person," and tell them about that, and they seem surprised too, like, "Oh, we didn't even think that communications people would be involved in this," and that's something that I never realized either. So it's cool to open your eyes a little bit and see the opportunities out there.
In the public, they'll see the pictures, they'll see the report, but it's
Yeah.
like who's actually doing the work, and that's what's you.
Hmm.
So that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
So
Thanks.
you enjoy the traveling and all the kind of non-traditional day-to-day life. So like, is that one of your favorite things? What's really stands out to you that you love doing? And you've covered a lot of that, but like, what's like the one main thing you love doing at Moat?
That's a good question. I think
Or top
just
three
in
if one's too.
yeah, I know. I'm like, it's so tough to pick just one. I think I've always known that social media has been one of my passions. I just love videos and videography and photography, and I love communicating that to the public. So I do think being able to create content and post content for social media is definitely the highlight of my job. Um, Personally, I mean, it's like I said before, anytime that I get to be with any sort of animal or have some sort of successful animal release, or am able to go to our sea turtle hospital and see one of the sea turtles being rehabilitated, it does give you a warm, fuzzy feeling inside, like you are contributing to the environment, which is really nice. of course, there's parts of my jobs, part of my job day to day that aren't my favorite. I think that's, that goes without needing to be said because I think that's any job. But I would definitely say when I'm able to communicate with the public, it's rewarding. And it's cool when I'm telling the story on social media, seeing people's responses because a lot of people, there will be women that will say, "This made my day. This is great," or guys will say, "I'm sharing this with my family. This is wonderful. Like this is making all of our day, or this is making us happy." Like that makes me happy because I was the one to tell that story. So
It's
it's
it's the
it's
impact and
rewarding.
the outreach. That's really what it's all
Yeah,
about. And when you're doing something for something, a cause that's a little bit different than your traditional marketing advertising, it's super cool to see the impact that it has on everyday normal people.
exactly. Exactly. And Mo Aquarium is a nonprofit too. So that's another thing to keep in mind is, we're not doing all of this to make millions and millions of dollars. We're doing this because we all care and we want to make a difference. So I think there is, not that working for profit should be looked down upon. No way. Like that, if that's your jam, that's great. It just happens to be that nonprofit charitable work is something that I'm really passionate about. So, find the thing you're passionate about and run with it because it'll definitely pay off in the end.
And it's a staple destination. Every time I'm down in Sarasota, like,
Yeah.
we're going. It's like
Yeah.
you go and you see what's new, what's old, what they added. Because if you haven't gone in
Hmm.
here, it's like, okay, they built a new exhibit for whatever animal. It's like
Right.
you can see all that firsthand.
Definitely. Yeah.
So
It's
is there any
exciting.
struggles with the work that you do, working with the marine
Mhm.
life and all that? Anything difficult?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I noticed, like I said before, I was a communications major and a sustainability minor, and the sustainability minor that I got doesn't get super in depth with science and research and you know even a lot of bio that I personally have never been good at that kind of stuff. I'm good at conceptualizing, oh, the environment needs help, let's figure out how to help it, but I'm not good at you know talking about anything bio related
Like
basically.
the numbers and the stats and
Yeah,
science and
yeah, I'm just not a
microbiology.
numbers person. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, micro, oh gosh. If you're good at it, more power to you. I'm not, I'm jealous. But I think that's been for me personally a really tough part about this field is the constant need to try to learn about the science. I mean, we just have so much going on here that, which is awesome. It's a good problem to have, so to speak. But someone will come in and they'll be talking about red tide, and then they'll be talking about tagging spotted eagle rays out in the Gulf, and I'm like, wait a second, I know nothing about that. Okay, I have to scramble and research things really quick and try to learn because if I can't tell the story properly, it's not no one's going to learn about what we're doing. So I really have to make sure that my facts are straight. I know what I'm talking about. I'm sure a ton of my coworkers are so annoyed with me because I'm always like, what's that animal's name? How do you spell it? That kind of thing. But it's just a learning curve. That's part of the process. Luckily I'm happy and I like to learn about that kind of stuff. So it's not really, it doesn't really feel like a lot of work or a huge, bear of load on me. Um, but it's tough when you aren't fully confident in the stuff you're talking about and have to try to scramble at the last minute.
Yeah, and you can meet that with the passion you have for it all, and it won't
Yeah.
feel necessarily like learning or work, and it's just like you're
Mhm.
building what you love doing for a great company.
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly, yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
so continuing wrapping up your current position now, has COVID impacted anything going on in Moat? I don't know anything really necessarily how that would relate to
Yeah.
an aquarium where animals are and who's going to take care of anything. So like anything in general or with you in particular.
Yeah, it was tough in the beginning. So obviously we're an attraction, so we thrive. A huge part of Mo is we thrive on tourism. So when tourists come down here, it's our job as the communications team to say, come to Mo, come to our attraction. Obviously with COVID, people weren't leaving their houses much, because no one could. So we had no choice other than to try to shift quickly a lot of the stuff that we were doing virtually. So we shut down, I think it was March 16th, I want to say, somewhere around there. It was early to mid March. Our aquarium shut down. No visitors, no one can be here. Me and my team, as well as our business office and our development team and more businessy side of things, we all were non-essential employees, so we were all working from home as well. Um, And then our animal care staff, they were essential employees. So those were the people that needed to come into Mote every day. They staggered their times, which was good. So they weren't overlapping with each other all of the time, but they had to come in and feed the animals and clean the tanks and, um, make sure the exhibits looked nice and make sure the animals were healthy. And they didn't get an off day, which I'm sure was tough on them too. So yeah, our aquarium was shut down until June 6th. So it was a couple months of being completely virtual, completely shut down. And like any company, I think it was just tough to try to shift from, I mean, even personally working from home, it was, how do I do this? How do I convert my one bedroom apartment into an office and also a living space? Like that was just tough to kind of figure out. I'm sure everyone can kind of sympathize with me on that one. But then once the aquarium opened again, we had to make sure we were ready. We had to make sure that we hired on a whole new cleaning staff to make sure that they were cleaning the whole aquarium in rounds, and everyone had to wear a mask. We had to stagger times that guests could come in. So, I mean, even now, a year later, we're still doing all those things. So it's definitely changed how our company is operating. And then it just changed personally life too for work. So it's been a little tough, but I mean, we're doing a good job of bouncing back and kind of getting used to our new normal. So
And that goes back to like your job too as a marketing communicator. You got to say,
mhm,
okay, we're open, but we have these different mandates, masks,
yeah,
different times. That kind of all, it's a new thing for your job too. As you probably didn't think about. You're
yeah.
going to be trying to communicate with people about spreading out and different
No,
plans. And okay,
never.
kind of,
Yeah, never thought I'd be trying to communicate with people about a global pandemic and working in an attraction. I don't know. It's all about the job though. It's okay. Again, I'm learning a lot, so it's
yeah,
beneficial.
exactly. Okay, so now we're going to bring it back to Fisher a little bit and talk about some of
Mhm.
your favorite parts of Fisher. Did you love the cafeteria? Did you love campus? Was there something that really stuck out to you that you loved about Fisher?
Yeah, I think obviously the food was amazing. I know everyone always says that. I also absolutely adored the Lackman staff. They were incredible. And me and one of my girlfriends, we formed a really strong bond with one of the women that worked there, and she is so great. But on that same note, just the staff in general was really wonderful. Like I talked about, my advisor at the time, Dr. Sedano, was so great. Erin Roselle, who was in the communications department, was also so wonderful. And having that one-on-one time, like we talked about, was fabulous. Campus itself was gorgeous. Um, I lived on campus for the first 2 years and then lived off campus for the next two, which also was great. I lived over in the Park Ave area. So it was a short-ish commute to Fisher every day. You weren't driving hours and hours or even 30 minutes to get there. It was, 10 to 15 minutes, which wasn't bad. So I just, the location and the people really kind of solidified everything for me, even when deciding if I even wanted to go to Fisher.
Going back to dining and building bonds with the dining hall people, like even over this break that I've had, like I missed the
Yeah.
buttermilk chicken ranch. We
Yeah.
My mom, we emailed Joel, like the dining hall
Oh,
like chef, and he sent us the whole
yeah.
recipe, and we made it the other day.
Stop.
So like that's really what
I love
Fisher
that.
family build a relationship with anybody and everybody, and
Mhm.
that's really what they take pride in, and you can see it firsthand based on what you're saying, what I'm saying.
It's so true. I know, I remember even, so the woman that me and one of my friends, we just adored, her name was Lisa, and she was in the sandwich line. I don't know if she's still there or not. But it even like I talked about before, having that personal time with your professors, even the Lackman staff. I mean, we would go get sandwich and she knew our whole order. She'd ask how our classes were. She'd be like, "How was that test on Friday?" Like she just remembered everything. And I don't it seems so silly and so small, but when you're in college too, having those relationships, it really kind of propels you forward, and knowing that people are on your side and people are there for you is huge. And I mean, I made a ton of friends too that I'm still friends with today. So just I think just the people and the culture was really great.
And that's what it's all about at the end of the day too. I completely agree
Mhm.
with that.
Good. I'm glad
So
you're experiencing a similar thing.
so that's your recent graduate. When looking at Fisher now, is there anything different you see about Fisher now that you're graduated and been working in the field for a little bit?
Yeah. Different about Fisher in general, I don't think so. Things that I would have done differently, possibly. I think being out in the field now, I realized how important experience is before you get a full-time job.
Mhm.
I know Fisher has a really great internship program, and there's a lot of resources available to you. I never really took advantage of any of that. Looking back, I definitely think that was a missed opportunity. So anyone that hasn't gotten experience and is interested in getting an internship or a volunteer position or something like that, I would highly encourage you to, because I know that there's a lot of resources and a lot of smart people at that school that are willing to help you. So culture-wise though, I don't think there's anything. I've only been out for about 2 years now, so I think I'm new enough where I haven't noticed much of a change, but I'm sure if I physically visited, there maybe be a couple things that looked different or felt different or that kind of thing.
Yeah, all about the involvement and getting, because everybody's there to help you out. And I didn't get
Yeah.
involved till my junior year really with Prima and different other groups and
Mhm.
organizations. And I'm like, I should have done this a year ago, 2 years ago. And you can work your way up through different
Yeah.
positions in different clubs with organizations, and people recognize you and you build
Mhm.
a network. And it's really what Fisher prides himself in. So,
Exactly, I completely agree.
has there been any impact that Fisher has had on you that today that resonates with you after graduating 2 years ago?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I think I think one of the biggest things is really valuing a smaller circle. I find that with work and with my personal life, I've never been the type of person that wanted to go to a huge school or be with a giant group of friends. Like I've always liked having things feel a little bit more intimate. So like having a smaller group of friends, of people that I can really count on. I mean, even here at Mote, we're not a huge institution. My office right now, there's 5 girls in here, and we're basically the whole communications team, and we're close knit. We have that relationship with each other. We work super well together. Um, so I think going to a small school and even having those small classes and being able to form those relationships is really helped me throughout my professional career and even in my personal life. I really value my family. I have a small family, and I think that I don't know, everything kind of correlates and cross paths a little bit. So
And when
I'd
you
say
can
that was
relate,
probably
yeah,
the biggest thing.
when you relate it all together, everything it all wraps up pretty nicely.
Definitely, yeah, completely agree.
So to wrap up here, do you have any advice for any current or future Fisher students?
Ooh, always my favorite question. Um, I think something that I recently learned. So I've been in my career for 2 years now, and in the beginning of my career, I think I really gave off a vibe that I was inexperienced and timid and afraid to take risks, and you know wanted to be there but didn't know if I could speak up and give my opinion and give my viewpoint. So, and that's something that, I mean, not until recently that I really became comfortable with and realized a huge change even in my personal confidence at work and even in my personal life. Like everything, like you said, just wraps up together. So if I were to give any advice, it would be don't be afraid to take risks, even if you fail, even if you think you're going to fail, everything will teach you a lesson. If I went into my current job now with that same attitude, I don't even know where I would be right now. You know what I mean? I think that just at a young age will serve you super, super well. Even if you think you're being annoying or, you know, giving criticism or constructive feedback to somewhere where it's not welcome. Like I think building up that confidence and that ability to speak up is super important.
For sure, for sure. Go out and get it and take a risk. You never know what
Yeah,
will happen. The
get
worst you can
after
say is
it.
no.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then, okay, everything happens for a reason. So let's move on to the next thing and try to figure it out. So,
How can you build off of that and then establish yourself again?
exactly. Exactly. If it's not meant to be, it won't happen. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. So,
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you so much for talking, Allison. I really appreciated this and getting to know your path at Fisher a little bit and talk about what you
yes,
do at Moat. We
of
really
course.
appreciate
Thank
all
you
of it.
so much for having me and come down to Moat anytime. I'd love to have you.
For sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see how we stop this.